Hello, Merry Christmas to all. But there's nothing to celebrate for Christians who have been left to fend for themselves in Syria and Bangladesh. In this video, we will focus on how the US administration of Joe Biden carried out his evil plans of regime change in Syria and Bangladesh before leaving office. But now the Christian community there is exposed to rabid extremists and radicals. There is no one to raise voice for them. That is the worst Christmas present they can ever think of. Shame on you, Joe Biden. Syria is in deep turmoil. The 2 decade old Assad regime has collapsed. Islamists and radicals have formed a new government there, and Christians are now fearing for their lives. There is no political support from Western countries, particularly from Europe and US, according to Agnes Mariam de la Croix, the Mother Superior of the Monastery of Saint James in Syria. By the way, we have to give it to Russia's RT for raising their voice, the same news outlet that has been banned in the US. You must have seen reports where Islamist fighters burned a Christmas tree in Hama, a city with a significant Christian population. The act has caused outrage among locals, leading to protests in Christian neighborhoods of Damascus. People fear this incident could signal more attacks on Syria's religious minorities. Videos shared online show radicals setting the tree on fire in Al Sukalabia, a majorly Christian town near Hama. Reacting to the incident, De La Croix highlighted that jihadist groups, including Hayat Tahrir al Sham or the HTS, initially promised to respect minority rights after gaining power. They even made surprise visits to Christian spiritual leaders in cities like Aleppo, Hama, and Damascus. However, she noted that these promises were not upheld. Christians have faced discrimination and a lack of understanding, empathy of their religious symbols, particularly during sacred times like Christmas. When asked about Western support, Delacroix expressed disappointment. She stated that Christians in Syria have never received genuine help from Europe. On the contrary, she felt it was often taboo to even discuss the persecution of Christians. European and US politicians, she said, seemed uncomfortable when the topic was raised. The recent surge in tensions follows a surprise offensive by HTS in northern Syria targeting provinces like Idlib and Aleppo. The US was covertly involved in the operation. It was in touch with HTS leaders as they launched the offensive against the Moscow backed regime. The group quickly captured Aleppo and advanced south toward Damascus, taking key towns like Sukalavia, Hama, and Homs. They were later joined by Free Syrian Army or the FSA fighters who received arms from the US for a push on the capital. Amid the chaos, former Syrian President Bashar Assad fled to Russia where he was granted asylum. Under Assad's rule, Christians and other minorities were allowed to practice their faith freely. Now, with HTS in control, many fear increased persecution. Now, shifting our focus to South Asia, a similar story is unfolding in Bangladesh, where a US backed regime change took place in August this year, and India backed PM Sheikh Hasina was forced to step down, and an unelected US puppet was installed to power. Now, Christians, Hindus, and other minority groups are being attacked left, right, and center. In her Christmas message, Hasina said, "In today's Bangladesh, we witness growing divisions, the spread of hatred, and the persecution of minority communities. Communal harmony is at risk, and it is imperative that we safeguard our nation from these divisive forces by building a humane society." Hindu, Bengalis, Adivasis, hill tribes, Christians, atheists, and like minded people have been attacked following the toppling of the Hasina regime, with Hindu Bengalis and Christians facing the wrath of the Islamists as they accuse the community of backing Sheikh Hasina and the Awami League. Under Hasina, Christians and Hindus felt safe and heard. Now their fate hangs in balance. That's Joe Biden's Christmas present to these poor souls. Signing off. Merry Christmas to all of you again.